Happy holiday, happy holiday, while the merry porgs keep singing. Happy holiday to you, you, and you. Happy holidays, everybody. This is the Resistance Broadcast. I'm John. Thank you so much for dealing with that and for joining us tonight here on a very special episode. We are doing a live holiday party. It is our Christmas / holiday / end of year celebration, and we are so glad to be doing that with you. Again, I'm John. That's James. That's Lacey. Welcome to TRB. We're in for a good time tonight. We are going to talk Star Wars. We are going to talk some of the latest news. Hasn't been a ton of news, but a lot of it is appropriately looking to the horizon, to the future. I flipped that. I know someone's going to correct me in the comments. That's okay. But we have a great show in store for us today. So before I do that, let me just say hello to my co-host, delightfully and appropriately dressed for the season, Lacey Gilleran, James Baney.
Cheers.
Lacey, what's on your head? Is that just is that an actual
It's a headband. Hat? It's a headband.
Oh, it's a headband. Okay. What are you sipping on there?
Angry Orchard hard cider. I spilled half of it on my desk. It's been a while, but we're having a good time tonight. So let's see how this goes.
I have a giant glass of Cabernet. James,
oh, you got like fancy with it.
No, yeah, right before we went live, we were already late as it is. You're like, did you get a drink? I'm like, oh. So I run upstairs and just grab a glass.
I thought you were gonna have some crispy boys, but he went like real serious with it.
I can get some crispy boys.
You know what I got? Circle K exclusive Mountain Dew Purple Thunder.
Excellent.
Of course, Mountain Dew.
Yeah, and Pitch Black is coming back, so watch out.
That's actually canon because that is the name of Mace Windu's lightsaber was Purple Thunder. So it works out.
What? Oh, I get it.
Yeah, because it was a purple lightsaber.
I've had 2 sips of this drink. I'm already feeling it. This is gonna be amazing.
So before we get into anything, we just want to let everyone here know that we do have some fun stuff in store for this episode. We are in a bit going to reveal a couple of giveaways and how you can win those. Those winners will be revealed when we return back from our break. But before we do that, our friends at Gentle Giant, you probably already know them if you're a diehard Star Wars fan, but they make some of the best Star Wars collectibles. And we're going to do some unboxings on this show of a few of those items. Well, 2 of those items today. But before we do that, here's a way for you to get a discount on some Gentle Giant items. So our gift to you is that we have a TRB discount code, and it's not one of those things like the clearance rack, all the stuff nobody wants, the Constable Zuvio Gentle Giants. No, this is any item that's in stock at Gentle Giant. You get 20% off, and you can do that by using the promo code. There it is, RESIST20. All caps, resist, RESIST for the spelling impaired.
You were so
20.
awesome to do this. I just want to, I'm not like so awesome.
Yeah. Gentle Giant, they are the best. So obviously, if you don't know them, go check them out, Google them, find their site, check out their items. And if you see something you like and you want to pick it up, because a lot of their stuff's also limited too. They've only made a certain amount of certain things. So just use that code RESIST20 and you'll get 20% off anything that's in stock. So
and let us know what you get, because I am always so curious.
Yeah. Tweet at us at TRB Podcasts. Let us know what you picked up and spread the word about our code, because obviously if more people use our code, Gentle Giant, we'll want to continue working with TRB. So it's pretty cool. So thanks to our friends at Gentle Giant there. And I see already some people are mad about my Constable Zubio comment, and that's okay. That's all right. So
if they have a Constable Zuvio in stock, 20% off. Resist.
Yeah, there 20. You go. All right, so we have a couple of giveaways that we're going to announce now. Do you guys want me to read through these, or do we want to take some turns here?
No, go for it. You do it.
Just knock it out. Let's go.
All right, so segueing from Gentle Giant and how you can buy things at a discount thanks to your friends here at TRB and the wonderful folks at Gentle Giant, we are also giving away an item from Gentle Giant. We're giving away a Bo-Katan bust. Now, Lacey's holding that up for our video viewers, but as you can see here, I believe it's the Clone Wars version.
Yep, limited to 3,000 pieces.
Wow. All right, so 3,000 pieces. Bo-Katan Clone Wars edition bust has the helmet, removes the helmet, the whole shebang. So very cool item, and that can be yours. All you have to do is make sure you're subscribed to our new channel, which
Read
we
back really quick. There's a line here.
yeah.
Each mini bust is hand cast, hand painted, and hand numbered with a limited edition certificate of authenticity. It includes interchangeable helmeted and unhelmeted heads. May the force be with you.
Oh, may the force be with all of us tonight.
Mhm.
But yeah, so
I should have been on the
Bo-Katan-
Prices Right. That was like a dream job for me.
You should have. You still can. It's still a show. So
I
don't
know.
if
I
it's-
know.
Lacey leaves us for the prices right.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. So the deal is, if you want to win that item, make sure you're subscribed to our new channel, which we have been pushing a lot lately, but we had to start fresh, so it takes a lot to do.
Yes.
But head to youtube.com/@the resistance broadcast, or if you're watching now or wherever, just find our new channel, subscribe to it, and leave a comment on the video itself, not the live chat. The video itself in the comments on what Star Wars project you're looking forward to most in 2023. So you got Bad Batch, you got Mando coming back, you got Skeleton Crew, and you got Ahsoka. So take your pick, and maybe Visions or something too. But whatever you're looking forward to in 2023, leave that in the comments of this video. But also make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and you'll be entered to win that, and we'll announce that on our return show when we're live on Thursday, January 5th. So that's the Bo-Katan. But we're not done. Another giveaway that you can win is a Moff Gideon Vintage Collection figure. And what might even be cooler, Lacey found these on eBay.
No, these are the ones that we have from actual Star Wars.
Oh, these are the ones we have. Okay.
These aren't
You can
Denny's ones. These are actual tops.
So you can get a pack of unopened Topps Solo a Star Wars Story trading cards, which is so cool because as I was a kid who collected like baseball cards and stuff as a kid, and you can still buy like those old packs unopened. That's kind of what this is. You're not going to know who's in there until you open
And some
it.
of them have autographed cards too. That's the thing that people don't realize is that some of these are autographed by the actual actors.
Yeah. So you can win both of those things. And for that, all you have to do is simple. Make sure you're following us on Twitter at TRB Podcasts and retweet our episode tweet that is saying that we are live right now. That's all you have to do. And you can, quote tweet, retweet. Just make sure you take care of that, and you'll be entered to win both those items. And again, we'll reveal those winners when we come back on January 5th. But we have more to do. We are going to get into the Resistance Report first. But in the spirit of Bo-Katan, we were just talking about her. James has an item that he's going to unbox live right now, has not opened it, unbox right now on the show. James, what do you got? And remember,
I'm
James,
so excited. I love unboxings. They're like such a thing for me that like I watch so many of them all the time. I'm so pumped right now. Okay, go ahead.
Got some
and describe as
wrapping
much
paper.
as possible. Yeah.
So yeah, let's go ahead and open it up. Let's get the
James
ribbon off.
wrapped the box in Grogu wrapping paper with a nice plaid bow. Very big, very festive. Love it. Very nice choice of paper.
Wait, James, did you actually wrap that yourself?
He did.
Why is he not talking?
Look at this.
Oh, there he is.
It is another Bo-Katan.
Ah!
Bigger bow?
Bigger bow. It's BOO actually. Instead of Luke.
That is a beautiful figure. So what's the
Yeah.
scale on that, James? What does it say the scale of that is?
The scale of this is 1/7. So if I had 7 of these, I would have a full-sized Bo-Katan. And that's just
So in comparison, the
math,
one that I
you know?
showed, I think is 1/3. Or is it 1/3? Is it?
it wouldn't
No,
be
wait.
1/3 because that would
I'm
be
really wrong.
Yeah, I bet it's one.
Probably 1/18. Something.
1/7.
1/7. Okay, yeah. So I
Interesting.
guess same size. Yeah, I don't
But
know.
only
That's kinda
half.
interesting.
But only half.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this one, this is interesting too because it's like a full body, but she's also got her jetpack going. It looks like she's getting ready to take off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she has a ton of options. That's going to be so cool. Which one are you going to go with? Do you know yet?
I think I mean, I feel like you got to go without the helmet because then you can see the head and the helmet.
Yeah. Let's open
You know
that
what I mean?
up. Let's see what you
Yeah.
got. So for those people just joining, James is unboxing the Gentle Giant Bo-Katan figure.
Yeah.
If you want to get your own or get something else that's in stock at Gentle Giant, you can head over there at gentlegiantltd.com. We using promo code resist20, you can get 20% off, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Most people give
Absolutely.
10, so they're giving you double that.
So I noticed right away when you pull this out, it says the information on it as far as this is 1,240 of 3,000. And
Nice.
it
So you have
has its own,
1240
like,
out of 3,000.
yep, it has like a limited edition card, like it's kind of like a trading card that comes with it.
Oh, that's cool.
So you
Nice.
can keep that, and if you ever decide to put it on Antiques Roadshow or something like that,
Antiques. I love that show.
you'll be able to prove that it is the one.
This is like
The real
the best
one.
episode we've ever done. Antique Roadshow references, live unboxings, I'm drinking. It's like all my favorite things.
Oh, James should have done the Lindsay Lohan thing. He should have made Pilk and drank some Pilk.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
right, yeah.
People say it's actually pretty good. I saw someone
So
try
this
it.
comes with real silica gel?
Got to keep those moths away from Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
It's not
Moth
moths,
Gideon.
It's moisture, John. It's not moths.
Moth Gideon.
Moth Gideon. Wait, isn't that, I
that-
thought that was so that keeps moths away,
It's keep moisture. It sucks
Yeah, it
the
keeps
moisture out.
moisture out.
which attracts moths.
No, it doesn't have anything to do with moths.
Are you trying to tell me that her clothes, if you didn't have that in there, that her clothes wouldn't have holes in it at the end of the day?
You know. You're so ridiculous.
So this works.
Oh.
You can take this and it sets right in there.
Where's her head?
What is the ground from?
Oh,
is that supposed to be like Mandalore or something?
Yikes. She's taken too many notes from Jango Fett.
Yeah. Is this a spoiler of Mando season 3?
Yeah.
Darksaber cuts off Bo-Katan's head.
So she's got a
Exclusively at
couple.
Gentle Giant.
She's got those couple different poses. So you got your extra.
I always
arm.
like on these figures how customizable they are. Like everybody that gets it can do their own thing with their figure in the sense of like, I want her to have her helmet on. I don't want her helmet
Sure.
on.
So speaking of
I
this,
don't want her to have her head.
if you look down in there, there's a little hole. Oh, I'm trying to hit the light right, but it's magnetic. So on the bottom of this,
that's so sick.
it just lays in there,
Pops right
and
on.
then snaps in, and
So it's
stays
easy.
on.
You know what I hate? The ones that come with removable heads, but they're like the plastic knobs that you have to kind of push it on and snap
You
it in
gotta push
place
it in.
because
Yeah.
you get so nervous about breaking it when you try to switch out the heads.
Yeah. I saw a video of some guy who, Mr. Stevie, I think he used to work at Hasbro. He does like custom figure alterations and stuff, and he's always snapping and stuff and putting stuff on. I'm always like, oh, it's gonna break, it's gonna break.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yep. And then she also has a helmet and an extra arm that is holding the helmet.
Oh,
that's
that's
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
So
That's
then what
legit.
you do is instead of the one with the gun, you could just take this off and snap on the arm with the helmet, or take off the head and put on the other helmet, and then literally make no sense at all.
I still kind of like it though. But don't you also have an Ahsoka one of the same kind of setup, right?
Except for the Ahsoka one only has one position. This has multiple positions.
That's
Yeah.
cool. That's really cool. So what are you going to end up
man.
with? What are you thinking?
I said I think I got to go with her holding the helmet
Mm-hmm.
and helmet or head off.
You know what you should do?
Or wait, helmet off.
Head
Yeah.
on.
Can I make it so she's holding her
Apply
head?
directly to the
Look at this.
forehead. Head on. Apply directly.
She like decapitates herself.
That's what I would do with a lightsaber by accident. Probably cut my head off.
James,
Yeah.
what you
Yeah.
should do is you should take the base if you can detach the base on its own. And if Katie Sackhoff goes to Celebration in London, you should go get it signed by her.
Right. Yeah, I could do that.
That's what's
That'd
up.
be good. So that is an unboxing from Gentle Giant. We got the promo code up there right there. If you want
Thank you
this,
so much, guys.
you can get it for 20% off because it is in stock. It is ready to go, and it is a good Christmas present to
Yourself.
Anyone who likes Star Wars, but let's be honest, yourself, right? You're gonna
Yeah,
gonna
Right.
look at that and be
Yeah.
like, I want that. So 20% off for yourself. Grab Bo-Katan or anything else in stock.
Or
Thank you,
if you
Gentle Giant.
if you do buy it as a gift for somebody, don't feel the need to tell them that you got it on discount. You don't have to do that. That's a secret between you and us, and that's okay.
No, what you do is you say you paid 20% more.
Just because the kindness
they're
of your
like,
heart.
I saw this and the price was high, but I knew you'd love it. It was
Those gentle giants need to eat too, folks.
Yeah.
You know.
So we're definitely going to have more photos and like kind of close-up videos too on all our channels of the figure afterwards if you guys are interested.
Yeah. And speaking of our channel, we do have an episode coming out on Monday, the day after Christmas. That will be our last episode of 2022. So we're going to take like sort of a break, about a week off, and we'll be back after that live on January 5th, where we'll reveal those giveaway winners. But if you feel the need, you know, you're in the holiday lull or whatever in between the holidays and you want more TRB, patreon.com/resistance broadcast. We're going to have stuff over there as always. Of course, our Discord server is always a good time. And our channel will have other content being uploaded there as well, including my next Willow review for episode 6. And we're going to have some other videos from us at TRB about Star Wars, about our year, stuff like that. So stick with us and we'll be back after a short break. But don't forget that Monday will be an episode as well, which should be a good one. And then we'll be back not too long after that on the 5th. But we're here now. And whether you're watching or listening, it is going to be time to talk news. So James, Resistance Report, let's do it.
It's the Resistance.
I am very excited to talk about the upcoming Ahsoka show in any situation, but this one is something that we're going to hope that Bespin Bulletin is correct on. So many have speculated that Mary Elizabeth Winstead is, well, that she's even involved. I don't think it's been officially pushed that she is involved, but it was reported a long time ago that she was involved
In a galaxy
Now-
far, far away.
yeah. And Bespin Bulletin is now saying exclusively they are guaranteeing that she is in fact the person who is playing the character Harrison Dula in Ahsoka. Now I mean, there's not a whole lot to talk about. If you read the article, there's not much that the site says about, you know, how they know this, but they're saying they know it, and so they're gonna report it as exclusive. Things came across their shelves across their DMs or whatever, and they just have it. I imagine that probably means photographic proof of some sort. They see her in the outfit or something. But as we get into it, we can talk a little bit more about this actress being the person who is going to officially bring Harrison Dula to live action. John, you want to get started on this one? What are your thoughts on this report?
I think this is one of those things where people are like, they think they already knew this because so many people have speculated about it after she was reported she was involved in the series. But yeah, I don't know that the Ahsoka series is one of those weird series where the lines are so blurred between what is officially known and what has come out in reports via trades or bloggers and, you know, stuff like that. And there's been a lot of like, this is confirmed, this is not confirmed. Oh, just kidding, this is not confirmed. So, you know, this is a rumor. You know, this has not been officially released. But if that is the case, I do like her as an actress. You know, I think she's been good in a bunch of things that I've seen. Ironically enough, I never saw that Michael Cera movie she did where Scott
Pilgrim. That's one of my favorite movies ever.
Well, I don't care for Michael Cera really. So that's the problem.
I love him.
He's really, he really branches out with his roles. So I got to give him credit for that.
To be fair, the most.
I don't know if I should put that quarter in that arcade machine. I don't know.
Okay, but Superbad is one of the greatest movies ever. Sorry, go ahead, James.
You dress like Aladdin.
I like Superbad, but I feel like that feels like it's just Michael Cera in the movie. But to me, when I watch Scott Pilgrim, I'm like, that's Scott Pilgrim. Like that, there's no better person who could play that. But, yeah, I don't know. It just feels right.
But I liked her in the Tarantino movie Death Proof. I liked her even in her role as Lucy McLean in Die Hard 4. I thought she was really good.
10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah, she is very good at playing a character who can hold her own. But it's not like over the top where you get annoyed at a character knowing everything or whatever. She's like she knows how to toe that line with her roles, and I think she'd be good as Hera because Hera is a leader. So I think that'd be a good choice if that was the case. So we'll see when that confirmation comes out. I think we kind of all we got eased into this transition of moving on from the voice actors playing the roles, and I know the three of us were pretty upset about Taylor Gray not being able to play Ezra. So when that band-aid got
I'm sure
ripped
that's
off,
not of lack of his trying though.
No. He, I mean, when we talked to him, we were lucky enough
He
to have
said
him
he
on
was
the
having
show,
those
and
conversations.
he said he would, I'd love to do it. And then you have, Ashley Eckstein, and that hurt a bit with people. But then you start seeing she comes to the set of Ahsoka, and she's like sort of cheering on Rosario as a partner in the deployment of the character of Ahsoka, and that's a feel good thing. And I think we're going to get that here. Vanessa Marshall was James actually interviewed her for our show back in like 2017.
I think she was like our first interview.
Yeah, we had like 100 views on it or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she was very like down to earth, very nice. She talked about how much she loved the character and stuff. And I could see her doing the same type of thing in this situation where she gets behind. And I'm sure if this is true and Mary Elizabeth Winstead is playing the role, I'm sure conversations have already happened between the two of them in terms of like what is the core of that character. And obviously Dave Filoni being at the crux of this, he knows how to write these characters. So there's no worry for me there. And because of what I've seen her do as an actor, I have all the faith in the world. And then all you have to do is just add on the incredible makeup department that they employ with these shows and these movies.
Right.
I think for a home run with Hera here, if this is the case.
Lacey, any thoughts on the report?
I remember back when they showed footage of her at Celebration, and they haven't released it, I don't think, at this point still, right? They haven't.
Nope.
People
All she's
had
doing is walking
away from the camera. And I remember saying it to John and James because John and I hadn't seen it, but James had, was I can't wait to see someone take a movie of Mary Elizabeth Winstead of her walking away from the camera and then comparing it to the walk that you see because someone's going to do that because people have a certain walk. But it hasn't happened yet because that hasn't been released. It wouldn't be surprising if this is true. I know it's being reported as a rumor, but this is the one actress that's been tied to this character since like January. Like I haven't heard anyone else tied to this character. So I kind of feel like that's where when this came out today or yesterday, whatever it was just like, yeah, of course, because that's who they've been saying. I think there have been more people rumored to be Ezra than Hera at this point.
By far, yeah.
Yeah. So I think she's fabulous. I love Scott Pilgrim. It is one of my favorite movies ever. I'm all in. Let's do it.
The interesting thing is like I generally think of her, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, as a younger actress. So, and I think of Hera as older, like a mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Now,
I mean, I'm a mom. I'm not that old.
No, well, I'm doing the math here, and she was born in 84, so she's 37, 38.
She just became a mom with Ewan McGregor.
And I was going to say, I mean, I looked up Hera's age too, and she was 29 when, in 0 BBY, like when the Battle of Yavin happened. So I'm like, so she'd be 35. I'm like, actually, so Mary Elizabeth Winstead is older than Hera should be. So I guess it's fine.
No, because if Hera was 29 at 0, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Then this is like Mando. If it's in the same.
Right.
That's
I did
9 years
5.
after,
It'd be 9 years. Yeah. So it's like 1 year difference or something. So it's like dead on even age.
And even
basically.
that with the makeup and stuff, I don't think it matters.
No. Yeah. Totally. So I think that's another piece of evidence. Now I did see the story going around, and it did feel like it's like, okay, but didn't we already know that? But you bring up a good point, John. Is like I don't think anybody's technically run with the story of yes, it is. It's only been speculation,
Mhm.
and we do know that she's been like the original reports was she's involved in the show or she's on the show. That also hasn't been confirmed, but it's been so long running now that we've just kind of taken that for granted. Like that's definitely happening. And I don't know, everything seems right. I'm excited for this. I had a friend text me and say, like, oh, this is cool, great news, And I would imagine that person, is a big Scott Pilgrim fan, is a
Mhm.
fan
Mhm.
of her as an actress, possibly even from Birds of Prey and other like comic book related
A
things
lot of
too.
people are talking about that in the chat right now as Birds of Prey.
Yep, that's another good example. So it's interesting, but not surprising. But I'm glad to get at least one person saying I can confirm this, whatever that means. Like I've seen the photo, I've seen the person on set, I have like 6 different people saying they've all seen her, or whatever the
Right.
confirmation is. We're
Mhm.
good to go on this, and it's right around the corner. And look forward to probably getting the bigger Ahsoka trailer at Celebration this year. It
I
is,
hope we get it earlier than that, but yeah, totally.
yeah,
You're
it's
probably
it's
right, though.
it's a little odd that they haven't released what we got at Celebration yet.
Right. Right.
So I think they're either saving to release that 1 year later, that seems a little strange. So I think they're just going to like up it and make a different trailer. That was for a
Yep.
Celebration exclusive, and then we'll get the real Ahsoka trailer for public viewing at a Celebration and not something before.
Mhm.
But the official release will be at that time, and then they'll be good to go. Is that it for Hera? Do we want to move on?
Yeah. Let's
All
keep it
right,
going.
let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Disney revealing their full list of Star Wars content with synopses. Is that the right word? Synopses.
A bunch of synopsis.
Synoposes.
Things.
Um, one of these, including just to kick things off, they, a couple weeks ago, we got, I said a couple weeks ago, I don't know, whenever it was, we got a leaked version of all the episode titles for Bad Batch, but now they've officially released all of the titles. Nothing to hide here. I'm
Mhm.
assuming that the titles are so inconspicuously titled that they're not afraid of spoiling anything with them. They probably either don't hold much value to what's going on in the story, or they just don't care and they say let fans figure out what's going on. If somebody wants to deep dive into these titles and figure it out, then that's fine. But a
Right.
little bit of a strange move. But I think the bigger move here was to try to put in all of the release dates.
Yeah, I
I
was
think that
pumped about that they gave kind of like what's happening when, because they
up,
are doubling up on episodes on some days.
yep, a play-by-play and showcasing that the show is running from all the way from January through March, nearly to April. So let's talk a little bit about this. Lacey, did anything pop out with the Bad Batch, or was there anything else from this other list of other stuff that they released from
Yeah,
Disney?
so when we got that email from Disney with all this kind of overview with logos and everything, it was just, wow, we're already getting stuff for 2023. We're not even out of 2022 yet. Like, let's
Mhm.
go. It is so exciting. Um, I personally am super pumped for all the live action stuff with Mandalorian, Skeleton Crew, Ahsoka. Seeing Ahsoka listed in there was just bananas because it's one of those things
Mhm.
that, like, it's still crazy that and it's a show that Dave Filoni made, and his character is now making that jump to having her own series. To me, that's just crazy. But the thing that did stick out to me was Visions. I'm so excited for
Right.
Visions. I can't wait to see the next volume 2 of Visions, which is coming out spring 2023, which I thought it would be coming out later in the year because the first volume came out in like September, October. So it's interesting that they put in the email to us that it's coming out in the spring. It has a new red logo, which is cool. So I guess every time if they do this, it's going to have a different color. And then I love that it's having all different countries. I think it was like Chile, France. What was the other one? US, UK. Trying to make sure I get all the proper things. Okay, here it is.
Chile, France, Japan, India, Ireland, Spain, South Africa, South
Yep.
Korea, and the UK, as well as US, obviously.
There are so many varying cultures, experiences, just cool stories that can be told there, just in where these stories are coming from. That just, it's so cool. And I know it's not canon, and the part of me is like, oh, that sucks. But at the same time, it just allows them to do whatever they want. And I think that there's something to be said there with giving creatives that open kind of sandbox play yard of do whatever you want, just have fun with it. Now, obviously, I'm super pumped for The Mandalorian. There's no lie there. You guys know I'm like the biggest Mandalorian person ever. We did get a picture of Jude Law, which was really cool. I had actually just watched The Holiday, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. So it was exciting to see him make the jump to Star Wars. We did get kind of a glimpse of him at Celebration. I remember it was literally kind of the same picture, but him looking straight ahead and not like off to the side. But it's still
one
wild.
looked like a promo shot. This one looked like it was a screenshot from the show.
Yeah, it's it's still wild though to know that Jude Law is in Star Wars.
I heard some speculation about that he could be Lorsan Tekka. Did you hear that? The fan theory?
No, but I love that.
Isn't that interesting? I think that's
love that. That's a great idea.
How would that work?
Well, I don't know.
I have no idea.
In what? Yeah, I don't know what context you mean that, but
age-wise,
a guy in his 40s, and then 30 years later, he's a guy in his 70s. I don't know.
I think
you
our
get
first
so
jump
hung up on the age of like the actor versus.
I think
there
is something to be said here
like,
that fans always jump to who is this, as in who do we know of, instead of who could it be. But I do love that idea. I really.
That's what I mean. Yeah. I thought it was an interesting thing tossed out that I never would have thought of. So I think that's kind of interesting. We don't know enough about the series to know whether it's going to be anything focused about any sort of followers of the Jedi or anything like that. Everyone keeps saying, Goonies and Star Wars, which is, kids who are lost trying to find their way home, and
Stranger Things.
Yeah. So that sounds sort of that ilk. I don't know if it's my turn or not. I just kind of
just go ahead.
I'm just noticing all these comments about the Lorsan Tekka theory, and I'm calling bunk on that. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I'm
not saying
I'm in the Lorsan Tekka.
I don't know where
I'm not saying it is or isn't. I just find it interesting. That's all. The Ahsoka thing is the most interesting aspect to me in terms of what came out of the synopsis, because it says set after the fall of the Empire. The Ahsoka series follows the former Jedi Knight. Which there was debate over whether Ahsoka was a knight. But anyway, as she investigates an emerging threat to a vulnerable galaxy. Now we know in Mando season 2, she's asking the magistrate about where's your boss, Grand Admiral Thrawn. You got to imagine Thrawn is this emerging threat. I don't know if they're going to give us this limited Ahsoka series and be like, just kidding, he's in it, but it's this other emerging threat that's happening.
And you can't help but think sequel trilogy, where's Thrawn?
Right. So is this a situation where Thrawn sort of went where he went with Ezra, and he's building up whatever he needs to build up? He knows that the Empire is now fallen. It's basically done. This is his opportunity to get in the mix. But if this is all supposed to be this collective Mandoverse, does that mean Thrawn is really the big bad of The Mandalorian? Is Moff Gideon working for Thrawn?
I love that.
But would that rub people the wrong way? Because The Mandalorian was supposed to be this new thing that didn't have that many ties to things, and now all of a sudden we have, Luke in there, maybe Thrawn in there, Ahsoka and stuff like that. I don't have a problem with it. I'm down with it, but I can see people being like, really? You gave us this new show, and Thrawn's the bad guy?
Because everybody's been complaining about Luke Skywalker and the ties there.
Not me.
So I could definitely see that being a thing that people are like against, but I'm all for it. I'm just so pumped for The Mandalorian and Ahsoka. I can't. Nothing they do could be wrong to me.
Yeah, I don't know why I think I'm excited about that element of it in terms of it being the most interesting out of the synopses. Mando I'm pumped for just because I know what we're gonna get in terms of quality and those characters. That's entrenched like in my soul now. But
Right.
the one project that's the most interesting to me is Skeleton Crew because I don't know enough about it, and I am a sucker for those Amblin stories, those Spielberg coming of age Goonies type of stories. E.T.
And you love Jude Law.
Do I? I don't know
You're
that
super
I do.
attracted to Jude Law. You're just very excited for
Do you guys
Jude
have a
Law.
favorite Jude Law
I do
movie?
like that
Holiday.
he has a very
The
similar hairline to
Holiday
Bill
is your
Murray.
number
Let's
one?
say that.
Holiday, #1 Jude Law movie.
I don't think I have a favorite Jude Law movie. I apologize. The
Okay.
Talented Mr. Ripley when he takes his boat oar to the side of the face, maybe.
Ooh.
I like Road to
Spoiler alert,
Perdition
haven't
with,
seen that.
Tom Cruise.
Oh, it came out
Or not Tom
25
Cruise,
years
Tom
ago, so
Hanks.
check out your local video store anytime you're ready.
What'd you say, James? What about Tom Hanks?
Road to Perdition with Tom Hanks.
Oh,
Ah.
good.
yeah, that is a good movie. Yeah, but
Jude
Yeah,
Law.
something
see?
about
Holiday.
something about coming of age and Star Wars just works for me, and they haven't really told us a story with a whole cast of kids in a live action setting, and I think that could be done really well. So, and they got the guy who did the the new Spider-Man trilogy, right, John Watts. So,
Yep.
I think that's the most exciting to me.
He
Bad
left
Batch,
Fantastic Four for it, so it better be good.
yeah, and I gotta watch. I haven't yet, but we were lucky enough to be sent a solid batch of the Bad Batch episodes. I gotta watch those
Right.
too. But
Yeah, I mean the only thing we haven't. I mean, I'm gonna probably talk about this stuff too, but like I want to also mention Young Jedi Adventures is also another thing that was on that slate. I know it's not we're not super excited for it, but it
No,
is there.
John's reacting to this comment that says, once again, come for the Star
I
Wars
say
day
that
for
and I
John
look at John and
spoilers.
he's like, "Get it out of here." I'm like, I know we're not super excited for it.
No, I think that's going to be great. I'm excited to watch that with my daughter.
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing to consider is 2022 being the first year that we've gotten 3 live action Star Wars shows, and then to look forward to 2023, and you look at that slate and it says Ahsoka, Skeleton Crew, and The Mandalorian, and it's like another packed year of live action Star Wars. And then that's just filled in with a bunch of other animation and stuff. Young Jedi Adventures, Bad Batch, Visions. It's like 2023 is going to be great. There's a celebration in the mix there too. Like very excited about all the stuff that they've revealed here and things to look forward to. I think, man, I'm looking forward to all these for different reasons. You know what I mean? Bad Batch is a show to me that it's almost like it doesn't get talked about enough. When I'm watching it, I'm like, why is this show not just massive? Like, it's the characters are great, the animation's great, the storytelling's great, all of it. It just, and it fits in so well with so much other Star Wars. Like, I'm really excited for that show to come back and do its thing and go on more adventures with those characters, because when it's hitting hard. Bad Batch is really good. Visions was another thing too that I think they could benefit from doing a weekly thing with that instead of dropping it all at once. I imagine they will probably do the same thing they did last time and drop it all at once, which means we're going to talk about Visions for like 2 weeks at best. And that is sad for that,
me,
because I mean, even if there's like a YouTuber out there or something that really loves this and wants to talk it more often, they're going to just be like, I can't. If I put out that video, it's not going to get views. People aren't going to watch it because people are over it. They've already saw it. That was 2 or 3 weeks ago or something. And it's like, I feel like the best thing that Lucasfilm could do, or Disney Plus, or whoever it is that's, making this decision, is to push Visions to a weekly thing, especially considering they were doing that for, I mean, they could do that for really short videos and stuff. It's just like, oh, here's another episode. Here's another episode this week, on Disney Plus. Instead of just putting one title show, just put another episode of another thing and add it to your list of more. It makes it look like more content comes out regularly on your streaming service. So even though they are shorts, it doesn't matter.
I still don't know how they quantify the value of when things are watched and how they're watched, because maybe their thought is these are short. They don't have big pull branding on it with the word Visions. will these get lost in the sauce if we start trickling them out? And if we did that, would that overlap with one of the live action shows and then really bury it? Like, I wonder if I'm sure that, and I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm sure that they looked at all the angles on it and maybe said Tales of the Jedi, Visions, this stuff needs to just get launched out at once. Let's get a huge bubble for it. It won't be long, but maybe that's the way. I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, there's probably background things too when it comes to like, can you put out an episode on a Thursday? Because that would be another cool thing that they could do is they could be like, this is Vision's week, and it's still basically the same thing, but they could do like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You know what I mean? And keep people talking about it for the week. Or they could just drop it all at once. And, you know, I'm sure there's mathematics to it. And every one of these studios runs things differently when it comes to plays, because they all want to maximize what they can consider a play, but not all these places releases that information. Like, for instance, like Netflix might be counting things as plays, but they don't really release that information. And then YouTube
And they also
counts
do
things
weird
as plays,
stuff
but they
too.
do count that information. Like, it's very public how many things has plays.
Yeah, Netflix does weekly stuff, but they also do weekly batches where they'll release like 3-4 episodes of a show every week so that it's not once a week. So you're sitting there binging 3 or 4 episodes and then you have to wait for the next 3 or 4 episodes. Or
that's because they're trying to break that mold of the big batch drop. I've said when they did that very back in the day, I was like, that's such a stupid mistake. And I hope that Mandalorian doesn't do that. I hope Mandalorian is once a week.
And then they also do stuff where they have schedules where they're like, oh, we're going to release this on this day. Like, I've been waiting forever for the next season of Emily in Paris, and they released it 3 days early. They were like, here you go, have it. Like, Netflix is just all over the place when it comes to different like release dates and like
strategies,
weekly versus not weekly. Yeah, you could see that they're testing things. And I'm interested to see if we're going to see that with Disney Plus or other services as well, especially with Star Wars, where we're already seeing with Bad Batch, where they're releasing more than one episode at once, or Andor even.
Yeah. Don't share those logins either. Big trouble.
Yeah. Well, did Book of Boba Fett only dropped one episode to start with, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
Andor started with the 2.
No.
Or no,
Obi-Wan started
Kenobi
with
did.
2.
You're right.
Yeah. So they did that for that show, and then Andor dropped 3 at the very beginning.
Right.
Actually.
Right.
So Bad Batch did 2, although I think Bad Batch did 2 in their first season as well. So technically you might say that they were the first one to do it.
Yeah, and James always says this. Danny says this in the chat. She said, stop dropping stuff at midnight PST North America. These make must-see, make it a must-watch event. I couldn't agree more. I know James has been saying that since like the beginning of time. With these shows.
So actually, I have an update on this. And we haven't really talked about it, but since the last time I thought it got brought up, Disney has since done major live streaming from Disney Plus. So like, for instance, the Elton John concert, right? And I think that they should be using that technology on some of its biggest properties, including Mandalorian. Mandalorian should go live at 7 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Pacific, or something along those lines, and let everybody tune in when they when they select it on Disney Plus. If they're late, it'll jumpstart 2 minutes in or whatever. But we're all watching it at the same time using their new live technology that they've been working for. I think that needs to happen with your mainstream shows. And then obviously you can just watch the replay. You know, it doesn't have to say replay. It would be like just the episodes are available now. But I think that now that they're doing that with Disney Plus, they need to get into making the shows where everybody's watching it at the same time and make it just like a social media explosion like other shows such as Game of Thrones, right? I don't know if you guys agree with that or not, but
I agree.
Very last thing for me, Skeleton Crew, same thing as you, John. I'm very excited about that because I know nothing about it. I feel like I have a good speculation on where Mandalorian or Ahsoka's going. I'm down to be surprised. But with Skeleton Crew, I just picture a world where I fall in love with like 5 or 6 new characters, and it's going to take whatever they're doing, because it's obviously in the same universe or whatever, the same like age timeline or whatever, and that's just going to make everything be like, well, now that we know this stuff, that changes how we see the Mandalorian, changes how we see Book of Boba Fett, changes how we see Ahsoka, right? So it's just another addition into that small little Favreau universe, right?
Right. I agree. I think it's going to be great. I can't wait. This year is going to be bananas.
BANANAS.
Mm-hmm.
It is. And then, yeah, I mean, that's you turn it right over to 2024, and that's going to kick off with probably Acolyte. Then you're going to get Andor season 2 and that fall. So something that summer, who knows what that's going to be. So, but
There'll
then beyond
have to be
that,
a third show in there somewhere.
the return of the movies is right around the corner too. And I know we're going to talk a bit about that on our Monday show, but that's also something to keep an eye on, because I think we're going to get a lot of details about the future of Star Wars movies at Celebration and just throughout 2023. Maybe even
I
the
hope
start
so.
of filming. Yeah.
I hope so.
Crazy.
Anything else in the news,
John?
James?
No, I don't think it. I mean, we did talk. We mentioned very briefly that we got that look at Jude Law and Skeleton Crew, but I will
It was
say
this.
that
Ready?
It was
Yep.
like his what's her name? Casca Reeves like hood picture.
Yeah, I got to get my blank.
I mean, I think what you're thinking of, Lacey, is the Ahsoka clip that we also got. So that is the first official released footage of
her
Ahsoka.
doing the Luke Skywalker.
So
hood
not only
removal.
did Disney send out that press of like, hey, here's what's going on. They sent it out to all these emails and stuff, but they also did a upcoming in 2023 Disney Plus preview, which had a bunch of shows, including like all sorts of animation and other things from all sorts of different properties that they have. And in that mix, in at least America, we saw a clip of Ahsoka, you know, like taking her hood off and looking up, and that is from the trailer that was at Celebration. But that's the first official release of that. And then in another one, I where did this come from? It was not in America. It was like a foreign release of the same
India,
thing.
maybe?
Yeah, something like that. You got the quick look at
Jude Law.
Jude Law. Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to read what it says.
There's a
here.
lot of
Another Disney
Mando
Plus
footage
ad
in there too.
that is now available on the Facebook ad library. We got our first look at Jude Law and Skeleton Crew. So
Nice.
I don't know, but
That's
as far as
there
the
wasn't
news
much
goes.
to it. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna do my unboxing now.
What?
And again, a reminder to the folks listening out there or watching, if you go to gentlegiantltd.com and see some items you like, you can get a 20% off discount on anything they have in stock using the promo code RESIST20. But the item that I have to unbox here is called the Mandalorian and Grogu 1/6 scale mini bust. I'm going to hold it up for our video. Let me get my ring light out of the way.
It looks like he's like,
shh. Yeah. But let's get into this thing and check it out. It does have one of the cards that you were talking about, James, because this one is limited to 1,000 pieces.
what if it's like
And this
0001?
Yeah. So this is 1020. So my birthday of 3,000.
Nice. It was fate.
That's cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. So
Danny
1/6
asks, is it
scale.
warm or is it cold?
For a second, I thought it was my birthday. It was 1240. If it was 1212, I would have been like, what? How did we get our birthdays?
So that is close. Was yours, was the Bo-Katan that you got, James, 1/6, or was Lacey's the 1/6?
They were both 1/7. So you're
okay.
wrong.
This one's a little bigger.
yours-
1/6.
Yours is 1/6. Oh,
And it says
Nice.
ages 14 and up. Sorry, kids. George Lucas didn't make this for you. But yeah, it says Mandalorian, known to fuse Din Djarin, is a battle-worn bounty hunter making his way through the galaxy. Yada yada yada. Designed, modeled, and prototyped using top-of-the-line 3D technology. represents our newest collection from the ongoing saga. Each mini bust is hand cast, hand painted, and hand numbered with a limited edition certificate of authenticity, limited to 3,000 pieces. And for some reason, I have one. So let's take a look at this. I'm so nervous about opening things that I feel are precious or limited.
Yeah.
But
I felt like
so
it was a
Let's
pretty
do
easy
this.
process, honestly. Came out, things just snapped together, and then like in a moment, I had this awesome statue.
and it's secure in this styrofoam thing. So in terms of like you worrying about it arriving, don't.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gonna take me 6 hours to open this, I guess.
I'm gonna do the decapitation thing again to showcase this. The detail. Oh, let's see,
You're in
on-
focus. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. The detail on her face is so good. It's almost like looking at Katie Sackhoff, like the live action.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. It's like a perfect
those
mix
moths away.
between. It's a perfect mix between an animated looking and a live action looking.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, I also noticed they have an Ezra one, which is cool
Nice.
because it's like kind of a 3D or a kind of a live action Ezra on the website.
Right.
It's neat.
That's very cool. Very, very cool.
Similar to Battlefront, right? Battlefront has a live action looking Ezra. too.
Check it out. All right.
Whoa!
So there he is. There they are. So for our audio listeners, just to get an idea here, it's basically just Mando holding Grogu in his left arm. He's got his blaster in his right hand. He's got his jetpack on, and he's got his cape, which can move slightly, but it's mainly a bust. It's not like James's where you can like take things on and off.
Mhm.
But I like that Grogu, his ear, if you look at it, it's like curled into
Mhm,
Mando.
mhm.
A little
Oh,
bit there. Yeah.
is he holding something too? What's in his hand?
Grogu is holding.
Looks like something yellow or orange.
No, he's holding like Din's hand.
Oh, stop.
I see it.
No,
I see it.
Does it get cuter than that?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh,
Look at that. Wait, there you go.
that is very cool.
This is
Very
awesome.
cool. Anything with
Um,
Grogu is cool, but I'm
Yeah.
biased,
So I gotta find a good spot, safe spot for this because my son likes coming down here sometimes, and he's not 14, so I can actually for once say, no, you cannot touch that.
Mhm.
But yeah, so Din Djarin and Grogu, one of 3,000 pieces. Thank you, Gentle Giant, for sending that along, and thank you for being so generous in allowing our audience and anybody who catches wind of our promo code to use that.
Mhm.
Definitely check that out, and if you find an item you like, a lot of their stuff is limited anyway. So resist 20 is the code. But thanks for
And
entertaining
you
us.
might
and-
not have to buy anything if you want to enter the giveaway. You might be someone who gets one for
That's
free.
true too. Yeah, absolutely. So we hope everyone who is watching or listening enjoyed us talking about these items because in the end, we're all kind of nerds, and seeing this sort of stuff is just really cool, especially when it's something as awesome as Din Djarin and Grogu. So I like that. I like the Bo-Katan, I like all that stuff. So Gentle Giant, you guys are awesome. Thank you. Now, moving to the next part of the show, really just wrapping things up for the last little bit here, just kind of talking about whatever we want, you know. I don't know if you guys are you guys traveling? You, Lacey and James, you guys going out of town or are you staying local?
I am staying home for Christmas. I found out today my family has COVID.
Oh,
Yeah, the whole family. So I will be staying home. And actually, we're going to get Chinese food. I'm pretty pumped about it.
that's my New
Alright.
Year's thing. We have to get Chinese on New Year's.
I had Chinese food
Um,
tonight.
I was going to get it tonight, John. And then this happened. So I was like, I'll wait till Christmas.
I finished eating at like 6:53. I'm like, I gotta go downstairs.
What's your order? What's your order?
I always get wonton soup. I like lo mein,
Solid.
fried rice, and I always have an egg roll.
Egg rolls are delicious. What's your
Lacey?
like entree of choice?
Usually a chicken lo mein or something like that. But or chicken with broccoli or something of that nature. But I always have to get wonton soup. Ever since I was a kid, I loved wonton
Me
soup.
too.
Or fried wontons. Fried wontons are really good.
I
James?
really feel like I am so American Mall Chinese. Like I want to like expand
Panda
into
Express?
other things, Basically, yeah. Like my orders for Chinese are like sweet and sour chicken or General Tso's, like the most straightforward Chinese.
My wife got
orders.
General Tso's tonight.
I love it. Yeah, I think the sauce hits.
That's
and
what
it's
Matt
always like
gets.
just
He always gets extra spicy though.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say it always feels like I don't have to go the extra mile. It is exactly as spicy as I want it to be every time. Even when I get it from other places, it's like there's a perfect recipe.
Oh, I didn't open my fortune cookie. I should go get it and open it right in the stream.
Go get
I
it.
can do that. And then it'll be a Star Wars fortune for the year. Although fortune cookies, let's talk about it for a second. Fortune cookies don't give fortunes anymore.
I know
This has been like the last decade or something, but they just tell you like something nice about the world or something.
I usually get if we're talking like full order, not just like, oh, I'm gonna get a couple things, like full order is
Right.
usually like wonton soup, boneless spare rib appetizer.
Mhm.
Then I get sesame chicken with fried rice, pork fried rice, and an egg roll.
If I get soup, I get hot and sour soup.
I've never had that.
I like it.
Every time I go, I'm gonna try something new, and then right when I'm about to order, I panic and I go, sesame chicken, please.
Yeah.
I want to
I
thank
wanna-
the fine folks at Main Moon for this unboxing I'm about to do of this fortune cookie.
Yeah, you can get 20%
use
off
promo
your fortune
code
cookies.
Resist20 and they will charge you full price for all of your food at Main Moon.
They'll be like, what?
You're not going to resist my restaurant. Get out of here. All right, here we go. How about another fortune? Lucky number. Oh, other side. All right.
Secondfortune.com.
Here we go. Here, my fortune is all progress occurs because people dare to be different.
That is a great fortune for Star Wars, James.
I was
Read
going
it
to
one
say
more
for
time?
us, with us starting the new channel and everything.
Oh yeah.
All progress occurs because people dare to be different.
Normal
Alright.
people wouldn't be wearing this headband right now. So look at me.
No lucky numbers that affiliate with Star Wars that I can see. No 327s or anything like that.
What if
But
it was like 1240 and like our
find me
numbers?
a Star Wars podcast that unboxes fortune cookies, and I'll show you the Resistance broadcast, baby.
unbag.
Classy.
Today we're gonna unbag.
We're gonna eat 12 tacos. The taco
Yeah.
challenge,
We
man.
still hear about that. That was this year.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
did
need to
put out a
God.
challenge that if
Another
we
thing.
had hit when we just started the new channel, I knew
need
it
a
was never going to
fruitcake.
happen. Yeah, I would eat an entire fruitcake, but it didn't happen, so it's all right.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe we did the taco challenge. And got pretty far.
If I'll tell you this, if we ever get to 500,000 subscribers on our channel somehow, I will get a TRB tattoo.
500,000.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Do you have any?
Ta-
do you have any? You don't. I did, right?
Do you
Do
have
you
any
have any
tattoos?
Do you have any tattoos?
I don't have tattoos.
You're like, yeah, I got one of Daisy Ridley.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that tattoo.
Oh, someone
All
just
right.
said the egg roll challenge. I'm in. I love egg rolls.
Oh,
Man.
I'm not good with challenges, guys. Every time I get to any point, like we're watching the Mighty Ducks show, and they like in order to win team captain, they had to sit inside the ice buckets, and like whoever first to get out wasn't the captain. And I was like,
Oh, the chewing, John. Please.
just stop. Just I would be like, you can have it. This is bad for your health and your body. Like I don't like challenges where you're like putting yourself in pain or making yourself sick to win. But John does, and he wins.
John's just super competitive and he doesn't like to lose. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter
that's
what the
true.
challenge is.
That's true. Yeah. That is true. I wanted to, I know we talked about a lot of the shows and stuff. We haven't talked too much about Celebration. We're going. I'm waiting for my passport to come back renewed, but I was thinking about we didn't really talk about this much until recently, but they are going to have a Return of the Jedi panel. Like that's probably definitely going to happen, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's exciting in
hope so.
itself because I don't know, something about Return of the Jedi just feels like just a warmth about that movie that feels good. I think that's gonna be a really fun movie to celebrate that year, and I wonder if like they're gonna because they were definitely doing a Hoth set for the Empire one that didn't happen. So I wonder if they're going to do
Right.
like a Bright Tree Village set or something. Like,
I don't want to
Oh,
interrupt you,
gosh.
John, but hey, Ken Knapsack jumped in the chat. He said he's passing through, wanted to wish happy holidays, and looks forward to what we're cooking up in 2023. Well,
Hey,
we'll
going to
see you
See
London.
ya
in
all
London.
in
Ken.
London. Yep. So
All
excited,
right.
man. So excited.
Let's find ourselves a pub, Ken. Let's do it, man. Good to see you, man. And
He's down. He's down.
yeah, we're gonna get those guys on TRB after the holidays, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna do some stuff with Force Center, him and Joseph, and maybe Jennifer. I'm not sure, but great podcast. It's you know what's funny though? Anytime there's one of those like tag podcasts you like, we always get tagged in the same tweets with Force Center and Star Wars Explained. It's always that we always, and that's
And
an
Children
honor.
of the
It's really
Watch.
cool. Children of the Watch too. Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, there's a billion good Star Wars podcasts, but for some reason,
We always get those.
people
few.
seem to
Yeah.
listen to us if they listen to them and vice versa and
Mhm.
stuff, and that's awesome because they're all great. So it's cool, and that's not the wine talking either; it's the fortune cookie. But anything else you guys want to get into before we head on out? We are doing our after party for our Admirals and Up patrons after this.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I mean, there's still time if you want to join. Like now, you can come and hang out with us right afterwards. But it's a little bit more laid back over there. But yeah, we're just like turning on the chat, and we open up, and it's just an open invitation to hang out and talk about what we're doing and plans for the future, and a personal relationship with a lot of those people who are patrons of ours. Yeah. Very
Yeah,
cool.
we're gonna try out some games. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a
Oh,
little
right, yep.
different, but a little more fun.
And very competitive.
And remember, by the way, to like this video and subscribe and retweet us on social media. It helps
Yeah.
us give us one last push at the end of the year to be like, I like these guys, because we really
Yeah,
appreciate
we're
it.
close. I mean, we're really close to 1,000 subscribers on the channel. So I think last I checked, we were 30 something away. So if
And
anyone
the big
hasn't
thing
yet,
with 1,000 is that we can
please
then
click
apply for the
subscribe.
YouTube creator program. That's the big kind of
Yeah.
milestone that you got to get over.
Yeah, we're sort of working our way back up the hill after starting over with this new channel and stuff. So thanks to everybody who has come on over here. It's so funny. I just did that and this thing smacked me in the face.
I noticed it too.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for listening, watching, being a part of TRB. This has been an awesome year. And we do have one more episode, like I said, coming Monday that we're going to record and get out for you. So this is sort of our last live time to say thank you to everybody who has joined us this year, whether it's like you just found us this year or you've been with us forever, like some of the people I see in the chat here. And whether you listen on audio or watch on YouTube, we just want to thank you all for your support. And especially want to give a shout out and thanks to our patrons. Like we've been saying at patreon.com/resistance broadcast. And we have to give a special shout out to our generals and spice runners. So I'm going to do that right now. And I want to say thank you to, and he's coming up on the pod race on Monday, one of our oldest, if not our oldest patron, one of our first patrons ever, CARMELO. But also we have John RISI, JETTA, ROSEWATER, Frank Grande, DARTH, HURICANE, Nick KRATZ, Christian Morales, Brian Smith, Matt CHITTY, DANI, Mike RUMORE, Matt HEATH, Brendan McLaughlin, COUNTPEPTO, Sneaky Zebra. I think COUNTPEPTO's in France, by the way. Pretty cool.
Oh,
Sneaky Zebra,
nice.
Paul Sullivan,
Luke?
Aaron Ellington, and Diana, our newest general. Thank you, Diana. And our Spice Runners, David Probus, saw him in the chat. Neil Shaw, Kendall GELNER, Ryan WAARA, saw him. Dave HORNAK, Thomas Hennessy, Andrew Staley, Jeremy Myers, and Michael Fry. Whether you're in this chat live or just listening later, thank you for all of your support and all of our patrons. We were able to go, branch out on our own thanks to all that support, and we look forward to bigger and better things in 2023. So you can all find me on Twitter at Johnny Hoey and my movie podcast, Just Like the Movies. Our next episode is going to come out after New Year's. It's going to be on Ben Affleck's The Town. And of course, all the TRB stuff. And don't forget our channel. We're going to put out more stuff during our short little break. That should be pretty cool for you as well, including our continued Willow reviews that we've been doing.
Yeah, I was going to say
I love
Willow's still happening, man. It's great.
And we're going to do like the three of us together recapping that when we talk about the final episode. So that's going to be fun too. James, how about you? Where can people find you, pal?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, both at Myra Trunks, and looking forward to a new chapter in my life, which is soccer. right? I'm very
Yeah.
excited about a new season of soccer coming up, and to start like watching and thinking and getting my brain working in that sports world, because I never have done it before. But I've been embracing it and getting very excited. And I heard what reminded me is you said France, and I was like, sorry about your loss, France.
Oh,
But that was
yeah.
like the greatest World Cup ever. So I was it's all feeding into my soccer love, and I'm loving every minute of it.
All right, cool, man. Lacey, how about you?
People can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Lacey Gilleran, and on TikTok at It's Lacey Gilleran. I'm excited for what the next year is going to bring, and I'm so thankful for all of you that are listening and watching at home. It's like my extended family on the internets, and I appreciate that. And I can't wait for Celebration and Mandalorian and Ahsoka and Skeleton Crew and all these things. It's going to be like such a great year. Yeah, I love Star Wars so much. Can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. And London, you'll find me at the Abercrombie for Kids that used to be Apple Studios, where the Beatles recorded their albums.
I'm trying to
apparently.
get John to go to the Harry Potter tour, but it's not a quick tour. Like, you gotta make a day of it. And
Yeah,
I know.
what's more
I wanna do
important?
the local, like, just low key stuff. We'll see. It's gonna be a good time. Anyway.
Harry Potter's so good.
But a lot's gonna happen before that. But right now, we're gonna hop out, head to our after party. So we'll see some of you over there. But we hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. Be safe, be well, travel well, and we'll see you Monday morning with another episode right here on the Resistance broadcast. Thanks a lot, everybody, and we'll see you around, kids.